Well, as far as Sunday, that was first game of the year for me. So, I went in a little excited than usual. But, it was kind of, I feel like, I went out there, I did my job. Of course, I feel like I could have made more plays, to help the team, help my guys out. But as far as, overall play, man, I was just, more excited to be out there and, just do what I can, and help the team the ways that I did help. So that's how I feel about it.
This Alan from the
and Kyle Nash with the 3-point conversion. Great to meet you, man. Coach Ford going into last week said that the first game in Orlando, the feeling around practice was that it was a can't wait kind of moment. Just you said you first came out. Kind of tell us, your feeling with that and how much you enjoyed it.
It was definitely very exciting. This was my first game playing in Orlando ever, and I was just really excited to come down and see the stadium for the first time. Like a lot of us, some of the guys came down a little bit before the season and was able to check it out. But for the most of us, it was our first time seeing everything and seeing how everything was set up. So, it was definitely just exciting for all of us to get down there and, just see how much time that our team put in as far as making it, a home vibe and a whole feeling for all of us. So.
JaVonta, kind of a theme I've heard, whether it's you, I think even on defense, TP after the game even said something along the lines of they felt like you guys felt like you were the better team in both games, but a lot of mistakes that you guys made. This game, I think the penalties were certainly a factor. That you felt short more because of mistakes you made, and no disrespect to your opponents, but you guys know that there are things you could have done better. In your mind, what's the main thing the offense has to do to kind of get over that hump and turn in that first W?
It's for all of us, it's just about clicking and, playing together as a unit because everyone sees that, we have the talent, man. We have the guys on both sides of the ball. And, it's really just about, each guy doing each job, doing each position, at their best ability. And, all of us definitely have the potential to go out there and do some crazy numbers and have some crazy stats, just put up some crazy stuff for the team. But like I said, we got to go out there and we all got to execute and we got to put, Coach Buck always say, man, we got to take, practice to the game. So, that's really all it is, man. Just going out there each day during the week and making sure that we locked in and focused on what we got to do coming up to, whether that's Saturday or Sunday, whichever day we play. So.
Yes, and JaVonta, this is Alan from the Alan and Aaron Sports Talk Radio Show. Glad to meet you. Can you just talk about you making it to the XFL and you've made it to this point? What is it to mean to you to be playing now for the XFL?
Man, it's truly a blessing, man. Being able to play with all of these guys, and for me, I was one of the lucky ones of getting on a team where I played with most of my college guys. So a whole bunch of guys from Mississippi State that I was with is on this team. And, Coach Buck coaching me up in college. So man, this team right here, it couldn't have been a better team for me to actually go to. So just blessed and excited to have this opportunity. Just to get this extra film and be able to show, just NFL scout stuff I can do before the season come up, stuff like that. So, man, like I said, man, I'm extremely blessed and just excited to be out here with all the guys and, hoping that we all can go out here and, move on to the next level. So,
yeah, and to that point, since you are familiar with a lot of the guys on the team, do you feel as if since it was your first time out, that it was a little too much excitement in this particular game?
Honestly, no, it really didn't even feel more like that. Like I told Coach Buck, a few days when I first got here, because I got here, a lot later than all the other guys, and as soon as I got here, it wasn't a dull moment for me because I felt so comfortable with just how many people I knew here. So, as far as this weekend, I feel like, again, everybody was just, excited going down there. You see how the first drive went, that first series, man, everybody, we flowing. Like, everyone sees that we have the potential, we have the players. But, like I said, it's all about us putting them pieces together and making sure that we doing every little thing right throughout the game, not just when we come out there at the beginning, So, it's just all about finishing that game and really just playing 4 quarters.
How are you, JaVonta? Jeff Barnes from Team EST Media. It seems through the first two games, you guys are still searching for that consistent playmaker. What do you feel that you bring to the table that you can prove that you are that guy?
I've always been very confident in my skills, since I was, just so young. And what I feel like, I can bring to the table, as a lot of people see, man, I was really fortunate and blessed to have, tremendous speed. Growing up, I've always had that track experience, and, running has always been my thing. And I pride myself a lot nowadays on my game and my route running and how I'm catching the ball. So, being in the NFL earlier during the season too, I was able to be around a lot of guys, especially in that Arizona Cardinal receiver room. So just taking a lot from them, I feel like, I've added a lot to my game as far as route running, catching the ball, and, of course, even getting faster. So I feel like, my abilities and my skills as far as catching the ball, running routes, and, being that deep playmaker, I got the abilities to do all of that. So, yeah, that's what I feel like I can give out for the team. So,
JaVonta, as a guy who's newer to the XFL, and you mentioned, by way of the Cardinals to get here and stuff like that, it kind of in your journey here as a football player so far, what's a piece of advice that's helped you get to this point where you're playing professional here with the Guardians?
One thing I always tell guys that's, that was also in my situation as far as, was on a team, was released, and then, coming to FXL. One thing I really learned, especially with my rookie year, man, you got to always stay ready, because, you have teams from the NFL that can call you and have workouts, mid-season. And, I even had a workout after some teams were already done with their season. So, it's just always staying ready, whether that's during the season, after season, before, that's just one thing I try to tell the guys all the time, because you never know when somebody's watching you, somebody's calling you. Because, like, again, people do call, and we have scouts and stuff coming through here all the time that's watching, so you just never know.
And as somebody who's experienced both NFL camp and this new kind of XFL camp, I know your 2 weeks past game and all that, but this is the first chance I've had to ask you this question. What do you think is different about the preseason and gearing up for week one for the XFL versus the NFL?
As far as for the FXL, one thing I can say that's completely different, I can say more as I feel like as far as when I was with the Cardinals, we were so much, we did a lot of stuff together, but again, we were so much spread out. As far as the FXL thing, we're all in the same hotel all the time. So, most of the times when we're not seeing each other, it's kind of when, if we decide on our own, when we get through with meetings, or, like today, our off day where we just want to go and do our own thing, this FXL thing, I feel like teams are more close together, can be more connected because of how much time that we actually spend with each other, and how much of time that we actually around each other, as far as inside this hotel and when we, at the practice facility and stuff like that.
And JaVonta, you mentioned that, you had an okay game, not the best of game. What do you feel as if that you've personally felt that you could have done better if you could do it again?
Some of the plays that I feel like I had, I had two plays later on in the game where Paxton could have hit me on some really big plays, and we went back, we watched it in film, and just looking at how I ran certain on my route on them two plays, I feel like I definitely could have ran it better, gave my quarterback a better angle, so he can hit me from passes. But again, it's always just a small thing. Coach Ford preached this week, especially about second effort with this team. You're not just gonna have to block them coming off the ball. They're a team where all 11 guys every play are always running to the ball. So just got to give it a second effort on every single play, and being good decoys when I wasn't getting the ball. Just stuff like that.
And being that you do have NFL experience, are you a little bit surprised how competitive and how good the play has been so far?
Honestly, I really wasn't the ones who was really one of the ones who was surprised about how much talent is showing in this league. Because again, before I did come to this league, I did a lot of my research, and I seen how many other teams had all the other NFL experience. Coming into this season, I was really excited because I was like, we had them, them joint practices. We were able to scrimmage some other teams, and just being out there seeing all the other guys that was on all the other teams that you see like some of the guys that we was playing against in scrimmages, you know, I watched when I was in high school and college, you know, watching them in the league. So, you know, it was just really a real humble experience, you know, being able to be out there with them guys and you see that, you know, all of us is just the same, you know, some of us just a little bit older than others. So
time for one or
JaVonta,
two more. Yeah, go ahead.
You got it. That's right. JaVonta, you're going up against a Renegade secondary that can be pretty aggressive. We've seen them jump routes at times in their first couple of games. How do you plan to play on that with your route running?
You know, it's route running, man. It's really all about, you know, just being smooth, and whoever's able to, you know, get out that break is smooth, man. But again, you know, with a lot of DBs, or a lot of defenses that like to jump stuff early and stuff like that, man. You know, I'm not gonna say too much, but you know, Coach Ford always has his certain stuff that he has for defenses like that and players like that. So again, you know, I don't know what Coach Ford done said so far, and you know, I don't want to say too much, but you know, you know, I got some ways of how I can do stuff for people like that, for players like that and defenses like that. But you know, I ain't gonna give away too much, not just yet.
You know, and also, JaVonta, I'm gonna leave you with this. Are we gonna hopefully see a win this next game?
Most definitely. Again, you know, all of us are coming in with the right mindset. We came in yesterday and, you know, just sat down as a unit and just said that how we all just want to start over and, you know, just start doing stuff, you know, a different type of way. Like, but, you know, I'm excited for all the guys this week, man, because, you know, we all coming in with that different mindset. Nobody wants to go 0-2 for their first game. So, you know, we fighting with that chip on our shoulder and, you know, guys this week definitely going to be preparing like it, and I'm just excited to see how everybody's going to, you know, go out there and do their thing this week.
Anything else?
And it's on a fun question. You know, what celebration you have planned for your first touchdown? We've seen a lot of gritties going around, you know. So I'm hoping you come up with something original.
No, that's funny you say that though, because like one of the gritties, you know, John Trey Kirkland, who played for Houston, he was with me at Arizona. That was my guy, so he do the gritty all the time. So like that's why I'm used to seeing it all the time. But I don't know, man. We actually discussed that a few times. Some guys talk about doing handshakes and stuff like that, but I really don't know. I feel like every time I scored, I didn't really celebrate too much. I think when I was in college for sure, I pre thought one celebration. That was the crane with Alabama. I knew I was gonna do that regardless if I scored with them or not. So yeah, I don't know. That's a good question though. I'm gonna be thinking about it for sure because I know it's coming this week.
All right, JaVonta, thank you for your time. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Hope you get the opportunity.
Good luck.
To do that
Best
celebration.
wishes.
Appreciate that, my man.
You're welcome.